I just might be in your hood.
Fuck out of here, man. You dumbass niggas. You niggas is silly out here trying to look cute and shit, man.
I
Go
just
play,
might
man.
be
Shit
in
serious,
your
bro. Niggas wanna come and talk to me about all this dumb shit.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? King checking in. How everybody doing, man? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. You know what I mean? You know, ever since this switch over to this company I've been wanting to work for like the last, I say about the last 5 years. Finally got an opportunity to come over here to see all the fuss is about. Everybody talking about pay this, money this, book your own loads that, you know. So I finally got a taste of it myself. Here's my first week settlement. All right, I'm not gonna be the kind of person like other YouTubers may have did, you know, put the whole screenshot of the pay stub and all that, this and that. Too much information, all that. You can either believe me or you choose not to believe me. I ain't got a reason to lie to y'all. I don't even know who y'all are or whoever you's even watching this. So, from my last video or one of my previous videos, the book of my first load, the whole gripe with that, and you know, it was a really cheap load. It really was. I mean, it was coming out of Colorado. It was going, you know, 700 odd miles, and I think the pay, like the total pay on it was like $1,000, you know, or something like that. And the way Landstar do it, for those who don't know, is, and this is very important for y'all, especially if y'all do orientation, if y'all kind of trying to get a feel of how the breakdown happens, because everybody knows Landstar takes a cut, right? Now, whether you have your own trailer or not, or if you do flatbed or van, doesn't matter, right? You just need to know the percentage that they take. The percentage that they take is out of the line haul, right? So let me give you two different examples. One example is, let's say a load pay $1,000 and it goes 500 miles, right? $2 a mile, something real simple. You know, $1,000 line haul. Now, if the $1,000 is the actual line haul, and let's say they got a separate section called like the accessorials, and that usually is like stop pay, hazmat pay, fuel surcharge, and fuel surcharge can vary week to week or load to load. I'm still learning that myself. I know the fuel surcharge, let's say on this load, was like 30 cents a mile, right? So the fuel charge is 30 cents a mile, and the miles that the load is paying is 500. Then it's obvious, easy math, your fuel surcharge is $150. That would be listed under accessorials. If I'm saying the word right, I don't know. I'm still working on that word. New word I ain't really used much yet, you know. Then it would be $1,000 for the line haul plus $150, which would make a total of $1,150. You know, so y'all do the math. $1,150 divided by 500, that would be the cent per mile that the load's actually paying for the miles. Landstar cuts just the line haul. They don't cut the access, or they don't cut the hazmat, stop pay, incentives, anything extra off to the side that, you know, the agent may or may not put on that load. So they cut, let's say 35% of 1,000, easy math, leaves you with 650, right? They take 350, you keep 650. But it's 650 plus 150 for the fuel surcharge, so it's really $800. That's what you divide by the 500 miles to see what the actual, your actual cut after Landstar's cut. Now, that's the first scenario. The second scenario is something that they teach us in orientation to really pay attention to. And what that is the same scenario, 500 miles for the load, it pays $1,000 for the line haul, right? Now, if you call the agent and you don't ask questions, if you just take the load as it is, and it's $1,000, then you don't know if they're putting fuel surcharge or anything on the top of that 1,000, or if everything's included in that $1,000. That's something you really need to ask them before you give them your tractor number, because your tractor number at Landstar here is like your social security number. You know what I'm saying? If you ever call a broker, or even the broker calls you, more when a broker calls you like you never spoke to before about a load, and let's say they got your wrong information, like they called the wrong BCO by chance, which can happen, and they be like, oh, I called the wrong BCO, what's your tractor number? Don't tell them. Don't tell them your tractor number. Tell them your name. If the name don't match the name on their system, they should already know they got the wrong driver, because what will happen is they take your tractor number and put it on that load because they need to get it covered or whatever. Next thing you know, there's a load on you that's 1,000 miles away, going 500 miles away from where you're already at, and you know you didn't book that load. But when it comes back around through conversation and they ask you, well, how did that load get on you? It's going to boil down to is you told them your truck number. So I don't know that whole scenario case of that side is, just know that's a possibility. But let's get back to the if they're including $1,000. So if everything's including $1,000 and you don't know the breakdown, hopefully you get it in the email so you do know then. There's 3 things you need to have when booking a load. You need to have an email confirmation from them. You will get a text message to your phone number about the load that's been put onto you. And you should also have it on your app, the Landstar Connect. If you don't have those 3 things, then it's not official, you know. And there's been some times where they ask for your email address, especially when you first starting out. It's not in their systems yet. You ain't done with that agent yet. They could put your email address in wrong and send it and not know it, and you won't get the email for like 24 hours or 48 hours, and they might call back and say, oh, are we still good for this load? You pick it up, you know, tomorrow or the day after, and you'll say, I didn't get an email. They say, oh, really? Oh, that's a problem. And then they go back in and see where the mistake was. The only disadvantage I can think of from my personal experience is if 2 days pass, 3 days pass, hell, even 2 hours pass, and they send it later instead of right away, they can make edits. It's possible. I can say they can. It's a possibility they can make edits to what they're paying you. You know, they might pay you $1,000 when you booked it originally, but then if the email gets sent 2 days later, they could probably say subject to change for fuel surcharge or may change, or you know, some loony stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that. I don't have a resolve for that right now. I'm just saying that's a possibility. But if still on $1,000, everything's included. Now, if you do ask what's the breakdown and they say everything's included, you know, then you will take wherever that fuel surcharge is. Let's say it's still 30 cents for easy math purposes, and 500 miles, instead of it being plus 150, it'd be subtract 150. So the line haul would actually be $850, and then Landstar takes their cut. You do the math, and then wherever the breakdown is after their cut, then you add the 150. Then that's what you're actually getting, divided by 500 miles, which is the actual cent per mile you're really getting. So really keep an eye out for that, y'all guys. You know, make sure you count your money. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna count it for you, because, like I said, everybody that's doing money, everybody that's counting money or doing business with you, they counting their money. They're not counting yours. They know how much they're making. They're not paying attention to how much you're making. You know what I'm saying? Only you control what you're making at this with this carrier. You know, you choose when to work, when you don't want to work, what loads you want to take, what loads you don't want to take. I mean, worst case scenario, something happens, a load cancels on you that has nothing to do with you, or for whatever reason you can't do a load after you book it. I also don't know the result for that either. Haven't came across it yet, but I will say this: Landstar got this thing called hold, and it could be any kind of hold. It could be from the log department, it could be from operations, orientation, whatever, right? So the thing with this is they're naturally supposed to contact you and let you know you're on hold when it happens. But the thing is, if they get so backed up with everything's going on, they haven't got around to calling you yet before you need your next fill up, then that's when you find out. And I'll tell you this right now from my personal experience, it happened twice this week. After orientation, you will get 5 more tests you'll have to do after orientation. They give you 14 days to do it. If you do not do it in that 14 days, all 5 tests, and you don't have a certificate, a picture of it, or if you don't, when you create your account, you don't put your truck number in with your driver ID so they can automatically see it, they will put you on hold. So I'm gonna do a quick story. Hopefully it's less than 60 seconds. Last night, I needed fuel. My tank was on E. I was in a decent place to get the fuel discount. I didn't do it last night, so I didn't find out about it last night, but I found about it this morning. I woke up, I literally had 14 minutes of downtime between me getting my fuel and getting to the shipper to get this load I'm getting now. The reason why I didn't get here when I was supposed to be here was simply because I was on hold. I had to call them. They told me, and the whole process of getting cleared from the law department or whoever put you on hold, it could be a quick process or it could be extensive depending on what they need you to do or what you didn't do or why the reason is or whatever. So I had to deal with that. Then get cleared and then go back and call the people to put money on the fuel card so I get fuel so I can get here. So that's what happened with me today. Now let's get down to my first week settlement. I just wanted to explain that much. I'm kind of coming off these videos at the very beginning as informative information. Some people hopefully they can use. Shout out to my subscribers I have so far. Hopefully they continue to grow. People watch, share this video. For people who might want to know if you have your own YouTube channel. I mean, of course, I'll do the same. I'm still trying to figure that out, how to share people's videos on my channel. I don't think I got that feature yet. I think you might have to have enough subscribers or be out there enough, just like the Facebook Live, or not Facebook Live, but the YouTube Live feature. But yeah, so my first week settlement, mind you, I book loads based off of rate per mile. Not necessarily revenue, but off of rate per mile. But I do have a threshold of where I won't go underneath. In miles, I don't want to go over. So my average cent per mile, I haven't did all the math yet, but I will tell you this: I made money. I did not do more than 2,300 miles from Monday to Monday. And the settlement came in, the gross, and this is after fuel, after Landstar's cut and after fuel, $3,200, a little shy of $3,200. I had $173 left on my fuel card, so it would have been a little bit high, that much higher. But the thing is, when you call for fuel advances to put on your card, they'll ask you how much you need, and it depends on how good you are with adding discounts and knowing exactly what you need, how much you need in your fuel tank and where you're going and all that. I just do like an estimate, so obviously I went over because I'm not, accustomed with the fuel discounts yet. I mean, I stopped twice and I didn't know what the actual discount was, so that's why I have money left over. Just because you put $500 in your tank doesn't mean it takes all the $500 on your fuel card, because the discount is going while, at the same time while that's happening. So you might only end up putting like 425 out of 500 in your fuel tank and have 75 left over because of the discount. So I'm still learning that. Mind you, this is my first week. Don't make fun of me. Don't laugh at me. I'm still learning, just like all y'all will have to learn who's coming to Landstar. I mean, if you've been here, 6 months up to, 29 years or whatever the case is, then you already know pretty well. But yeah, shy of $3,200, and mind you, I didn't even do 2,300 miles. I booked a lot of loads that were short, 400 miles here. I booked some 300-mile loads, but those loads that I booked 2 different ones. They was paying over $4 a mile, bro. I mean, the revenue was like $1,400 for like 320 miles or some stuff like that. And mind you, I picked that up and drop it. It's light too. Pick it up, drop it, and chill. I mean, I picked up a load yesterday and I delivered it yesterday night because their availability is open that long. So I got that load on and off like that, and that was over $4 a mile. And that leave me room to day head to where I'm at now to get my next load with a fresh clock. So it really depends on how you dispatch and how you plan yourself. I I feel like my potential could have been a little bit higher. I probably could have got another load in, maybe 2 loads last week, but I didn't want to overexert myself because I'm still learning. I didn't want to do too much and not know what could happen. I didn't want to break down. I didn't want like these hold issues. You know, I'm still kind of learning, you know what I mean? So taking it one step at a time. Revenue, definitely, I'm expecting for it to go up. So that's pretty much my video, y'all. You know, any questions, comment below. You know, I will definitely get back to it. Other than that, enjoy your week. Hopefully it's profitable because I can't complain about mine. All right, y'all. Check it out.